You might be surprised that there's tension in places you never suspected in your body. If your muscles are tense, then you can't fall asleep. It seems like insomnia is all the rage these days. I have trouble getting to sleep myself sometimes. Here are a few tips to help you calm down your brain and go to sleep at night. Hi, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. I have a PhD in clinical psychology. I'm a mother, I'm a journalist, and I am happy to be here with you at Local Now. I also have trouble going to sleep sometimes, partly because I'm a thinker and I'm always worried about things I must get done on my to-do list. So I have a few tips that have worked for me, and some of them have been proven in research to work for many of you. So let's start at the beginning. In order to get a good night's sleep, you have to plan it earlier in the day. That means set your alarm for the same time every morning. Even if you've been up till midnight, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, let that alarm go off at 7. A few nights into that, and your body and brain will get the message that we're getting up anyway, we might as well get to sleep. Secondly, create a worry compartment during the day. One hallmark of good mental health is being able to compartmentalize. That means putting certain attention or stressors into some pocket of your brain and letting the rest go. So set an alarm on your phone, whether it's for noon or 1 or 2 o'clock. Don't do it before bed because then you'll worry at night. And don't do it first thing in the morning because that sets the tone for the day. But somewhere in the middle of the day, set an alarm on your telephone for 20 to 30 minutes where you do nothing. You don't look at websites, you don't look at media, you don't do housework. You just sit and worry. Just think about the things on your to-do list, the stuff you need to get done. And when that timer goes off, stop worrying and stop thinking. The rest of the day, whenever you feel those thoughts creeping in, simply say, hey, you don't belong here. You belong into that compartment, and we'll deal with you when the alarm goes off tomorrow. Actually, it's a real technique, and you can train your brain. Okay, next thing, set the environment for sleep. Make sure your bed is only used for sleeping, or maybe other stuff if you're in a couple. But don't use the bed for work, for parenting, for watching screens, for eating meals. Your body needs to learn that when you get in those sheets, it's time to relax and go to sleep. Try as best you can to make your sleeping room cool, dark, and quiet. And most of all, no screens at all, at least 1 hour before you go to bed. You see, the light in screens, whether it's a television or computer or an iPhone, triggers your occipital lobe, telling you it's morning and it's daylight, and it actually awakens your brain. It is okay to read books, from an old-fashioned piece of paper kind of book with no backlight. Also, pay attention during the day to how much caffeine you have. I recommend stopping caffeine at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If your insomnia is infrequent and maybe it's just connected to the current crisis, I don't recommend taking any medication for sleep. Although a natural remedy that helps many people is either melatonin or magnesium. I happen to take magnesium at night and it helps me sleep well. Now, when you get into bed, there are 2 things you need to do to help turn off your brain. One is have a pad and paper beside your bed. Whenever thoughts come into your head like, oh, I must remember to do that, simply turn around and scribble a few key words to help you remember for the morning. And then it's there. It's on the paper. You don't have to think about it anymore. Also, take a few deep breaths and do a body scan. You might be surprised that there's tension in places you never suspected in your body. If your muscles are tense, then you can't fall asleep. So you have to physiologically relax your body before your brain can turn off. Okay, you got it? Set your alarm for the same time every day. Create a worry compartment during the day. Make sure your sleeping environment is only used for sleep and keep a set sleep schedule. Stop caffeine earlier in the day. Oh, and I should add, alcohol doesn't help either. It may put you to sleep, but not into a deep sleep, and then it wakes you up again. And finally, just know that for many of us, this is temporary and you're not alone. Plenty of people are having trouble with insomnia. So I really encourage you to attend to it, understand that it may be a medical problem and a psychological problem, and that we can conquer this together. For Local Now, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. Thanks for watching. You can follow me anywhere on my social media. The handle is @Dr. Wendy Walsh. We'll see you next time.